Okay, this is the second claim having to do with the same thing. This one is going to the property owner of the Sunshine Park Plaza and the all aboard storage and the bank property where the Department of Motor Vehicle, I don't know if they lease or rent the parcel there, but they were not given written permission to use the bank property. I'm going to go into details with an overhead view of a map and show you the negligence and all the things they did wrong to create this situation in the next video. Okay, so this one is 9 pages. I'm going to read this straight through again. This one gives pretty much the account of everything that happened. The last one I stated the details. This has the details, but this gives more descriptive of the incident in its fullness on how the conclusion could have been drawn unjustifiably that I was a bad guy. And there's body cam videos of me talking to the police and Rob, and there's 3 videos, and also when I went down to the station to talk to the sergeant, that video is there too. So I should have something else to drink, but you know, it's just ridiculous the amount of stress. Last of my coffee grinds. It's alright. Here we go. Can't get more than that, right? I'm working. Alright, so from the desk of the private natural American man, Daniel. Notice of intent to sue. To whom it may concern. Andy Clark. On June 7th, 2021, I was waiting to conduct business on your property at the Sunshine Park Plaza Mall at 2400 South Ridgewood Avenue for the purpose of an innocent legal personal obligation to a family friend to deliver items such as artwork to be placed in the all-aboard storage center, a family business since 1978, saw the commercial, at that specific location. I believe I arrived in the parking lot about 8:30 a.m. or so and had been traveling straight through from Connecticut in a rented minivan. I was already pressed for time and decided that I would rest in the area and possibly your parking lot for a few hours after checking with the storage after it opened and wait for my storage connection. I observed a woman opening the all-aboard storage around 9 a.m. She briefly left the storage center and walked away, and I had thought I had seen her drive a golf cart shortly after. I was planning to go into Publix and get a much-needed excellent breakfast after my long trip, one of my favorite things to do in Florida. I love Publix. I decided to walk with my guitar and check out the immediate area first, as it helps me digress, especially after a long drive. I'm always alert as not to wander aimlessly in the road wherever I am at 47 years old, and the parking lot was maybe about 12% full, and there's no designated walking route to the bus stop or US 1 from the storage center, other than the roadside or spaces to my knowledge, bus stops inside the parking lot. Many other people walk and were walking through the empty spaces all over, as is visible by Google Maps, which shows exactly that in your parking lot. So you go to Google Maps, you can see what I'm talking about. As I was slowly walking with my guitar, I was approaching the middle of the parking lot near the bus stop when I decided to turn and view the mall entrance face and storefronts to the entrance. So I was suddenly surprised by a white SUV breezing by my left shoulder about 2 feet away. They, assumably, were cutting across the parking lot from the north side of US 1 and that parking lot by the direction of their travel. There's a closed-down bank about 50-plus yards on the south side of the US 1 that is attached to your property, with a lake being my destination that is on the north side of that. Perhaps I would see some birds there. I was quite upset at the carelessness and endangerment I had just experienced. I felt compelled to wait and see who emerged out of a justified curiosity. To my disappointment and disbelief, he was a sloven-looking older man with a hop in his step that entered the liquor store next to the all-aboard storage. I responsibly and non-threateningly waited a humble distance of about 3.5 to 5 spaces away from his whitish SUV, it was a Lexus, to inquire if he had seen me, as he was way too close for my comfort and feeling of safety, and going at an accelerated rate of speed where others may walk. I wanted to remind him of the families and children and seniors who are walking there just like me. He gestured at my guitar after he came out. I told him I'm not talking about music because I don't like him right now. He almost hit me. Didn't you see me? He called me a bum and told me to go wait for the bus as he clenched his brown bag with a bottle in it. I told him not to kill anyone driving drunk and to die in his bottle after calling him an alcoholic. He responded with vulgarities and gestures, and I responded with the same. At that point, the grayish-haired woman from the liquor store was out on the walkway in front of the store, pointing her phone at me. I told her that I have one too, and we each went our separate ways. Never pulled mine out. I proceeded to the pond without walking in the way of any barely existent cars and very few people. There was one car that I had noticed earlier a few times that seemed to be circling the whole parking lot. It was a black Honda, maybe an Accord, with an older man wearing a veteran's hat and a woman next to him. They looked lost. I seen this while I was sitting in my van still. I stood on top of the cement drain at the edge of the lake near the shadow of the marquee sign. You'll see that map. And sang my newest song about freedom as an American. There were no birds, but a police cruiser in view across the street facing me. I walked out of the lake area and entered the parking lot on the north side of the shut-down, closed, and empty bank with boards on the windows and 2 cones near the edge, but not in any significant explanatory position. There are more cones near the overhang next to what was the teller window that looked as if their purpose is to prevent cars from driving through and around entrance to the closed building bank. There were about 3 people close to the door of the bank, almost under the overhang, and the golf cart was there. Coffee grinds in my mouth. I got to get water, and my blood pressure is like really high, and my glands are swelling up. I got like my frontal cranial lobeal pressure. There's not enough love in the world. Okay. There were about 3 people close to the door of the bank, almost under the overhang, and the golf cart was there. As I was walking south at the back of the bank parcel, but towards the ice arena, I had seen the black car drive past me and stop to the right and ahead of me where I was walking. I honestly thought they were going to ask me for directions or if he heard me scream, "Free to dream," as veterans and Americans frequently do, because we like music. Either way, I was calm now and unsuspecting of what would happen next, and continued to walk towards the ice arena. I heard someone yelling, and when I looked in that direction, I saw an elderly woman with a clipboard yelling at me and pointing at me. I stop and say, "What?" She yells for me to get out of here and that this is a DMV test area. I was okay and responded with the fact that there were no signs and intended to continue walking as I was. She continued to yell, so I asked her, "Where's your swastika?" She then continues to badger me and yell across the parking lot at me that I am kicked off the property and have to get out of here, and that this is the property manager and security, as she points to the lady and golf cart unit. I make a few hand gestures and tell her what she is and continue to walk to the ice arena. As far as I'm concerned, that Florida Department of Motor Vehicle lady conducted herself like a cackling hen in the brush of this concrete jungle. I moved on. After observing the mall building frontage on the walkway and viewing the businesses on site, at the south entrance to the Publix, to which I plan to shortly be shopping at before my connection to the storage arrives. Oh yeah, after I did that, okay. Let me read that again, sorry. After observing the mall building frontage on the walkway and viewing the businesses on site, I arrive at the south entrance to the Publix, to which I plan to shortly be shopping at before my connection to the storage arrives. Sorry. I'm approached by an officer of the South Daytona Beach Police Department. And soon I'm being slandered by Robin. And interrogated and threatened by a party of 3, consisting of Robin and 2 South Daytona Beach Police Department officers. At this point, Embarrassed to the unknowledgeable community and merchants by this attack called on by Robin, and in fear for my freedom and life because of a circumstance derived by the fact that there are no signs for the DMV, and that area is not adequately designated or permissed by a document in writing, because I gave a piece of my mind to an irresponsible liability of a consumer purchasing alcoholic beverages at about 9:10 a.m. on Monday and acting reckless behind the wheel. Robin refused to take 5 minutes to confirm that I was in the right spot, and slandered me to the South Daytona Beach Police Department in the form of aggressive action that caused official filings of documents forever staining my identity with administrative negativity, endangerment, and categorization in a bad light with our system of government and law records. She operated as an individual representing Sunshine Park Plaza and the all-aboard storage, aided and abetted by the South Dakota Beach Police Department through summoning and misuse of state and city funds to attack me and push me around. On behalf of Robin's account, the statement entered into public records about me is that I caused 2 incidents and I was yelling at passers-by about swastikas. I'm sorry? No way. That's a big problem. The body cam video of my conversation with the sergeant states that the record now exists for life. At minimum, there is the existence of slander and negligence. The record and forms of communication and interaction Robin has had with the South Daytona Beach Police Department as the manager of the all-aboard storage and as the security for the Sunshine Plaza will most likely reveal performances of other charges and counts to be accountable for, involving all applicable parties, entities. Slander with intent to harm may fall under the criminal category of offenses. I'm pushing. This is an unfortunate circumstance that could have been avoidable. There's obvious presence of bias within the way I was treated. I certainly was not treated with any respect or honesty that day. Not friendly, not compassionate, like the commercial for all-aboard storage states. Full of fear, aggression, negativity, and obvious motivation to push me around. Unexpected and undeserved. This is a big problem for all parties involved. I intend to press civil and criminal charges on claims of damage and injustice placed upon my person and life due to this incident in its totality. You have been notified. By Daniel Chionis, all rights reserved, without prejudice. That's a garbage truck right there, coming for you.